That's my daughter laying there lifeless. I hope she is his last patient. I want to add that.
Hillary's father said that he tried to tell his daughter that she didn't need all those procedures and that she was absolutely gorgeous. But it seems that maybe Hillary did not believe that about herself because she kept getting these procedures done. And before you know it, her face was definitely taking a different form and quite quickly. I mean, they had just only been married for a couple years. Leading up to the end of last year, 2023, Hillary's father said that there were signs that Hillary was very unhappy in her marriage. But friends and families also said that for the most part, Hillary really enjoyed her life with Ben. And what Hillary did not know was that the very thing that she loved about her husband, one of the things we know that she loved about him, would unfortunately be the thing that would get her killed in the end. On November 21st of 2023, Hillary went into her husband's private plastic surgery office to undergo several procedures. During the procedures, it was said that Hillary suddenly went into cardiac arrest and had to be rushed to the hospital. In the call notes of the 911 phone call, it said, "Doctor possibly over-medicated patient."
Call reported a 32-year-old female was undergoing a procedure for lipo fat transfer from cardiac arrest after
At the hospital, Hillary was put on life support. She stayed on life support for about a week, and then she did pass away on November 28th of 2023. Just days after Hillary went into a coma on November 24th, Ben Brown posted on social media asking for prayers for his wife. In a statement released by the sheriff's office in December, Hillary's cause and manner of death was still pending at this time, and not much information was known or at least shared. However, law enforcement immediately began an extensive investigation in conjunction with the medical examiner's office and the state attorney's office to determine what exactly happened to Hillary. All everybody knew officially was that she passed. It was suspicious, under investigation, and everybody is now looking at this plastic surgeon. But as this investigation went on, some of the plastic surgeon's former patients and former employees, they all started coming forward with complaints that they had about Dr. Ben Brown. These people claimed that Dr. Brown didn't follow any kind of proper cleaning and sterilization protocol, and that he did not properly follow up with his patients post-op or with their wound care. According to these patients and employees, they made these complaints to the Florida Department of Health in the past, but allegedly no action was ever taken. Also, it has come out that allegedly there's been a bunch of local personal injury attorneys that have revealed that there are legal loopholes that may have allowed Dr. Ben Brown to get away with what he's gotten away with for so long. Then in May of just this year, 2024, an order of emergency restriction of Dr. Brown's medical license was filed by the Florida Department of Health, and this has revealed more of the circumstances around Hillary's death. It said Hillary went in for miniature muscle plication, a scar revision, bilateral arm liposuction, lip injections, and ear adjustment procedures. And that on the morning of her surgery, Hillary, who had no formal medical training, prepared her own IV bags and took a handful of pills, which included Valium, before the surgery began. She worked at Dr. Brown's office, Restore Plastic Surgery, but she did not have any medical license or any official training. She was just working there with her husband. Then it is said that when Hillary went into the operating room, that this Dr. Ben Brown gave Hillary additional anesthesia without verifying what Hillary had already taken. It says that Dr. Brown also failed to record what anesthetic medication and the dosages that he used during Hillary's procedure, which is absolutely unheard of if you think about it. I don't care if this is your wife or not or whatever. He's just pumping her, allegedly, according to this, the way I'm reading it, my unprofessional opinion, with whatever he wants to. He's not documenting, okay, I done gave her this at this time, this at this time. Allegedly, a medical assistant asked Dr. Brown if they should call 911, and Dr. Brown said no. Wait. So here she is after everything after her like suturing herself up, after her seemingly twitching and taking a break. We're going to get back to the lips, but we're going to give her some more of this medicine that we're not writing down, not keep anything. And then she starts really going at it. She's having a seizure. And the person that's working with him is like, hey, doctor, hey, should we call 911? And he's like, no. Hey, we should probably call 911 now. She's not doing too good. And the doctor's like, wait. The medical assistant was allegedly scared, and she was a new employee. So she was just trying to do, even though it seemed like she knew she needed to do more, she's doing what the doctor is instructing. The document goes on to say that instead of calling for an immediate emergency care for his wife, Dr. Brown started shouting at his staff, demanding to know what medication she took. Then, approximately 10 to 20 minutes after Hillary had the seizure, Dr. Brown finally asked an assistant to call 911. During that 10 to 20 minutes, it is reported that staff was like running all around, trying to find things like oxygen tanks because there was no like crash cart available. In the case of an emergency like this, there was not even no oxygen, you guys. Hillary was then, after they got there, she was taken to Ascension Sacred Heart Emergency Care Department in Pensacola, Florida, where she spent a week in a coma before she ended up passing away. Hillary's cause of death would later be determined to be complications following lidocaine toxicity, according to these documents. And it went on to say that the level of disregard Dr. Brown paid to patient safety, even when the patient was his own wife, indicated that Dr. Brown is unwilling or incapable of providing the appropriate level of care to future patients. On June 14th of this year, 2024, a judge finally signed a warrant charging Dr. Brown with second-degree homicide, which is manslaughter by culpable negligence. 3 days later, on June 17th, he ended up turning himself in and he immediately bonded out, okay? Now, after Dr. Brown's arrest, Hillary's family spoke out, and according to the Pensacola News Journal, Hillary's family said they believed Dr. Brown's ego and arrogance are what led to their daughter's death, and 3 small girls' mother gone. And those girls, I mean, they loved their mother, just gone like that. Hillary's father said, Ben Brown took the mother from my grandchildren, my only daughter, and our brightest star. Hillary gave the ultimate sacrifice so Ben Brown cannot hurt anyone else. Maybe in prison, he will get the attention he deserves.
It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, that's my daughter laying there lifeless. Tubes, wires everywhere. Her eyes partially open, just in a glazed stare. And so, you know, I asked, what happened? And his response was, I don't know. I hope she is his last patient. I want to add that.
And Hillary's family even accuses Dr. Ben Brown of seeing Hillary both professionally and personally. Her father has told the media that when Hillary was still on life support, it seemed like Dr. Brown was more concerned with money than he was with Hillary's life. Hillary's father said that he sent me a text that we need to make sure that her time of death is before November 30th because the insurance benefits go away and my grandkids wouldn't get some of the life insurance. But also, according to Hillary's father, he said that he was really appalled when he saw that soon after Hillary's passing, Dr. Ben Brown was already trying to sell her stuff on social media. It just seemed like he didn't care. Hillary's father has also said that he's hoping to get in touch with local legislators to see if they can get some sort of law passed that prevents surgeons from performing procedures on their own family members. He'd like to call it Hillary's Law. Dr. Brown is currently out of jail. Again, he bailed out. It was only a $50,000 bond, but if he's convicted, he could face some prison time. My opinion is I definitely think he needs to be held accountable. Was he taking something too? This is just my own random thought and theory, because how could you just keep shooting somebody allegedly up with all these medications? You're not writing anything down. You're in a tizzy. How do you know you gave them 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams? You gave the person this, that just seems on a different level of reckless to me. But like Hillary's father said, at the very least, the silver lining in this is if he is, and I don't know him, this very irresponsible and dangerous plastic surgeon, having all these people come in and perform procedures when they're not trained, they don't, any of that. At the very silver lining in this is that he won't be doing this to anybody else. Other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I will see y'all in the next video.